Distinguished fellow Mock EMS delegates, gutpela day na morning lo yuplogata. Today, we, Graffy, Hataba and Gloria Hombunaka, stand here as delegates of Papua New Guinea to deliver our country's statement. Papua New Guinea is proud of being one of the countries with the richest biodiversity in the world. It is said that Papua New Guinea has over 5% of the world's biodiversity in less than 1% of the world's total land area. The people in Papua New Guinea have been living in this rich biodiversity for thousands of years. Today, over 80% of the 7.3 million people in Papua New Guinea are in rural areas and are still directly depending on the natural environment for their sustenance and livelihood. We became the first climate change refugees in the world due to rising sea level in 2008. About 1,500 Carteret Islanders migrated to the mainland of Autonomous Region of Bougainville, leaving behind a home reclaimed by the sea. The rising sea level, the increased temperature, and the adverse weather patterns are experienced as effects of climate change in Papua New Guinea. However, the alarming topic is not in every conversation of all youths, as it is a threat to the future of over 80% of the population. It should be discussed and debated by the youths as policymakers listen on to drafting realistic policies that will be implemented and experienced by the upcoming generations, especially the youths. Currently, NGOs are leading climate change campaigns and bringing awareness to everyone, especially to vulnerable communities. Very few climate change advocates carry out projects in their communities, including social media campaigns to spread awareness and attract the government attention. The citizens learn more from awareness than we ever did in school.
We define climate change education, abbreviated CCE, as using current data on climate change effects around the world and translating that into Papua New Guinea context to be taught in school from primary through to secondary school. Climate education incorporated into formal education will empower students to take sustainable action, inspire careers in relevant fields, and develop critical thinking skills to provide solutions that are workable in addressing climate change effectively in Papua New Guinea. CCE is paramount in assisting majority of the Papua New Guineans who depend on the environment to be resilient. CCE is non-existent in our primary and secondary school curriculum. I learned about climate change when global warming was briefly taught in lower secondary. It was defined and the effects of climate change outlined, where solutions were not taught in class. The current outcome-based education has given minimal attention to CCE. On the brighter side, the standard-based curriculum provides the opportunity to include it more comprehensively. I ask that the national leaders adopt the following policies suggested in Education International's manifesto. Number 1. Governments ensure quality climate change education for all. At the end of school career, each student must receive climate education and acquire knowledge and skills that will enable them to fight against climate change, to adapt to uncertainties, and participate in the construction of a livable world. Number 2. Number 3. Train and support teachers to deliver quality climate change education. PNG is always faced with financial and resource limitation in the implementation of policies. The global organization can assist our government by supporting CCE through funding the implementation of critical CCE policies. It is now up to the youths to work together as a team, writing proposals and seeking grants from such organizations focusing on CCE for primary and secondary school students. The famous French poet Anatole France wrote, "The whole art of teaching is only the art of awakening the natural curiosity of young mind for the purpose of satisfying it afterwards." Thank you.